When it just makes sense, it's your red-pilled brown girl searching for the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl. When it just makes sense, it's your red-pilled brown girl. Get into the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl.
It's your red-pilled brown girl.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Crystal. It's your red-pilled brown girl coming at you. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. I don't even know if I can say it's a happy Monday. It doesn't feel like a happy Monday. It feels like a really eerie Monday. We don't know what's going on in this world. Things are just going crazy. I don't know, guys. I was sitting in the car. I was dropping off my kids this morning, and I was like, for whatever reason, the phone wasn't working, and I was trying to dial. Am I the only one that feels like every time your phone doesn't work, or every time the internet's not going, or every time you're like, oh, it's a cyber attack? Y'all, we're just in that space, right? We're just in the space where, like, we don't know what's going on. We're unsure what's going on with our friends, what's going on with our family, what's going on with the economy, what's going on with the grocery prices, what's going on with the border. Like, it's just so much. And sometimes I feel like, God, we got to get out of this. You know how old folks say, well, God is coming back again. I know he's coming back. I don't know if he's coming back now, but I would just say, you guys, we got to pray. We have to pray because things are getting crazy. Speaking of crazy, like, what happened this weekend? Like, my prayers are with Israel and the attacks that happened from Iran. Like, you guys, I already told you guys, I'm not a foreign policy expert. I do not claim to be. I do not claim to be, know everything that's going on with foreign policy. I do believe that all of this is a big distraction from the mess that's going on here. But, like, this wouldn't have happened. President Trump always says that this would not have happened if he is president. And that is the truth, you guys. I really believe that with all my heart, because you need a strong leader to squash beef. Like, that's literally what mom and dad do at home. Like, if mom and dad are at home and encouraging foolishness and saying, and mom and dad is weak, then the children will run amok. And so you have the leader of the free world, the most powerful person in the entire world, is basically a geriatric mess. I mean, like, seriously, I don't even understand what's going on with our president. And he's supposed to be, like, the strong leader. You guys, we are in trouble. And then they're coming at our allies and, like, basically causing division here in America with Israel. We don't want to be divided. You guys, we need Israel. We need allies. We need people on our side. It is going to be a very rough and tough life without leaders. I mean, without allies. I mean, it's going to be a rough, tough life. You don't want that kind of life. You don't want a lonely life where you don't have people who are on your side. And so there's two kind of America First people, right? So, I mean, well, hold on. There's two kind of what we call anti-Semitic people. Like, now that whole thing is being thrown around. And these America First people that are saying that they're anti-Semitic, I really and truly don't believe that they're anti-Semitic. You guys, I really believe that they believe that Israel should handle their own problems and America should handle their own problems, right? Now, mind you, I think that that's very naive to think that you don't have to support or help other countries. I think that type of thinking is very naive. But I get it. But then there is a type of anti-Semitism that we should not accept under any circumstances. You guys, watch this and you tell me.
Malcolm X said, and I quote, "We live in one of the rottenest countries that has ever existed on this earth." It's not Genocide Joe that has to go. It's the entire system that has to go. Any system that would allow such atrocities and such devilry to happen and would support it, such a system does not deserve to exist on God's earth. And so when these fools ask us if Israel has the right to exist, the chant "Death to Israel" has become the most logical chant shouted across the world today.
Seriously? Who is this guy? Do you know who this guy
Imam
is?
Khomeini?
I have no idea who he is.
Imam Khomeini
Activist
recognized.
Tariq
Okay, Rob, let me
Bazi.
see what he says about Khomeini. Imam Khomeini recognized that Israel is an evil settler. Can you play it?
Recognize that Israel is an evil settler colonialist project. He realized it is a cancer, and he established this day. Israel, before this, brothers and sisters, was a sacred cow. Nobody could criticize Israel. Everybody was terrified of being
Go ahead, Rob. Go
anti-Semitic.
ahead. Adam, thoughts on this?
I'm gonna let Benny go.
Get out. That's my response to that. Get out. Bye-bye. So long, bye-bye. Like, if you don't want to be here, if you think that this place is so bad, after you've been so blessed, you have crossed hills and valleys and oceans and rivers to get to a place that you think is so bad. Get out. Bye-bye. You don't like it? Get out. Where's the FBI, my question? You're allowed to sit in that, and you guys, that's in Dearborn, Michigan, in our territory. They are saying death to America, death to Israel. Like, and then you have the nerve, the audacity to, if somebody says anything about your culture, you're anti-Islamic or you're Islamophobia. Heck yeah, I'm afraid of somebody who is saying death to my country, death to my child's future. Like, and we're allowing this on our soil. We could not. There is no way. I remember one of my family members went over to the Middle East, and she ended up in a hijab. Mind you, she's a Christian woman. They were going to some place or some museum or something, and she had a hijab on. And mind you, it was beautiful. I have nothing against hijabs, right? And she was like, "Oh yeah, when you go over there, you have to wrap your head in hijab if you want to go anywhere." Like, and I'm like, "But do they know you're a Christian? That you don't have, that you can." She was like, "Yeah, it doesn't matter what you are, you have to go over there." Like, you have to follow their rules. You can't even walk in there as a Christian and say, "Hey, no thank you, I don't want to wear your hijab because you can't even say that. But you can come in our country, Dearborn, Michigan, and scream death to America? And that's allowed? We doing that, y'all? It's crazy." And then they have the nerve that if you're a Christian and you want to preserve your Christian values and you want to say, "Hey, these are the type of people I do not want over here," you're Islamophobic. Yes, I am. People like that, I'm scared. And those people got to go. Like, if you don't want to be here, you don't want to support this, you don't believe in the dream, then go over. There are plenty of places in Africa. There are plenty of places in the Middle East that you can make so much better if you believe in that. But we are allowing them to attack our family, our future, the people we love. Who are we going to leave anything to? And then Israel. Israel, you guys, you want to be aligned with somebody of Judeo-Christian values. You don't want to be aligned with somebody who's not. Because that is the only reason that people like him and that whole crowd is allowed to say what they say, is because of our Christian values, because of our Judeo-Christian values. Because had it been the shoe been on the other foot, they would have been hanged. And that's the truth. I'm telling you, no good deed goes unpunished, you guys. They are laughing in our face. They are sitting up here in our country saying and doing these kinds of things, and we're just taking it. Just taking it. Y'all, we can't continue to do that. And we got to speak out against it. We got to speak out against the squad. We got to speak out against, Ilhan Omar. And these people that come over here, the audacity, this country has blessed you, and you have the audacity of betraying it. Y'all, I don't know how you get closer to treason. I don't know how you get closer to treason. And then they're sitting up here, people who, January 6th defendants, they didn't have any weapons or anything, and they went over into the Capitol. God bless those people. They went over into the Capitol, and you're ruining their lives. You're destroying their lives because they just did not agree with the election results. They didn't agree that Joe Biden got 81 million votes. Well, most of us don't. Most of us don't agree. I'm sorry. But they weren't screaming death to America like these people. Look at this. You guys, I'm going to show you another video. And this person is a union leader. And look what they are saying on our dollars. Our dollars. Look what these people.
In Persian, which is not a pretty language.
So I'm going to teach you a chant in Persian that you can use if you ever encounter those Zionist freaks, whether they be Iranian or whatever, all right? Now, I don't drink margaritas, but we all know what a margarita is.
Don't you love the virtue signaling before he chants for death?
So you're going to say, Marg Bar. Marg Bar Israel. Marg Bar Israel. Marg Bar Israel. Marg Bar Israel.
He's doing like a rapper.
Marg Bar Israel.
Yeah.
Marg Bar Israel. Thank you.
What does that mean?
They're clapping.
I love he says thank you. Like he salutes. He almost says that's my time.
So, it has two meanings, depending on who you ask. It can mean death to or down with. So,
Can we get a Mark Bar America?
we can get a Marg Bar America. Yes, we can. Marg Bar America!
Mark Bar America!
Marg Bar America!
Mark Bar America!
Thank you.
The good news is he doesn't drink margaritas.
You guys. So this happens to be the Chicago Teachers Union. This is one of the largest unions in our nation. And they also are responsible for a lot of elections and election work. And, of course, Democratic Party and all of that. And they are allowed, if having these feelings, to infiltrate our teaching system. And they say death to Israel and death to America. Or, down with. Down with. Not down with the homies. No. Down with, meaning to go down. This is what they are saying in plain daylight, you guys. Imagine what they're saying not in daylight. Imagine what they're saying at their kitchen table. Imagine what they're saying in their rally meetings or whatever. You guys, we cannot allow this to at this point, we need to be writing our Congress, writing our, and I don't even know if that's going to help you guys. The truth shall set you free. So what's going to set us free is we being able to speak out against people like this. Put them on blast. Put them on blast. And let them know, hey, you're not going to, no, don't be coming around here with that. If you want death to America, then get out. Get out. Go back to your country. Go back to your home where it was so great. It was so great. That's why you're here. Like, what are you here for? I wouldn't go over to, wherever, Iran, and be saying, oh, death to Iran, I hate it here. Go back. And why they're allowed to do that, you guys, is because we are Christians. Because we believe we have the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech. Because we are a Christian nation that's not going around hanging people. They're allowed to say that. And my answer to them is, how dare they? You're mad about this whole Gaza Strip situation, and I don't know, you guys, something's not gelling right, because there was problems in the Middle East when, we did the Iran deal. They didn't have any money when President Trump was the president. He knew that in order to get these people in check, that he had to bleed them dry to keep them from doing this type of foolishness. And now that Joe Biden, which is just an extension of Barack Hussein Obama's presidency, they acting big and bold. They acting big, bold, and brave. And attacking our like, you guys, I am hoping and I'm praying that this is not a situation where it's going to end up World War III. I don't believe that. However, we're getting pretty darn close, because they are basically threatening the U.S. and saying, hey, if you jump in, then Russia's going to jump in. And Russia jumps in like it's going to be bad, right? And so that's not what we want. We just want peace, for crying out loud. Oh, my God. Y'all not talking about the fact that we had peace with President Trump. We were making up stuff. They were making up drama with President Trump. The George Floyd and the Charlottesville, which was all a lie. They were making up drama because we didn't have missile attacks and foolishness over there in the Middle East. You guys, we have to pray. We have to stay on our P's and Q's, and we have to be truthful. And we have to tell these people, you know what? If you don't like it, get out. If you don't like it, get out. And you can call me Islamophobic all you want to. You're Ameriphobic. You're Ameriphobic. You don't like us because we win. You don't like Israel because they win. Colonizers. And I'm sorry, you guys, I have to say it. There is not a single country that has not been colonized that is in Africa that is doing well. Every single country that has been colonized in Africa is doing great, and they would have been doing worse off if they had not been colonized. That's just the truth. Thumbs up. Yes, it's just the truth. So you can say whatever you want to about the colonizers. Colonizers bring water. And if it's so bad in Gaza, why do you need anybody to help you? You know, like why do you need? I don't know. All I'm telling you is, in the Christian religion, when our God wanted to help us, he parted a whole sea. So I don't know. Call on your God to save you. What are you asking Israel to bring you supplies and stuff when you keep attacking them? Sorry, it's just the truth. Keep attacking them, and then no, they don't give us water. They're cutting off all our supplies. You better call on your God. That's what Christians do. I'm just saying. I don't know, guys. What y'all think? It's been quiet, but it's the truth. Y'all, we cannot continue to let this happen. We can't. Speaking of making up drama, you guys, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with the blacks this summer. We're going to have a good summer, you guys. We're not doing the Charlottesville. We're not doing the Black Lives Matter. Y'all, I don't want to hear it. Dexter Reed, a thug in his own right, okay? Let's talk about this whole Dexter Reed. Okay? Dexter Reed, it says body cam video. He was 26-year-old that was shot and killed by the police. But he was shooting at the police. Y'all, it says the shootout occurred in the 38 block of West Fernandez Street toward the southern end of the Homburg Park neighborhood. Sounds like the hood and the ghetto, okay? So they kept asking him, they did a regular traffic stop, asking him, don't close the, don't lock the door. He locks the door. They said, don't roll up the window. He rolls up the window. They were like, then he starts shooting at them. But hold on. He starts shooting at them. And nobody's talking about the poor officers that got shot at. Nobody's talking about that. Hold on. Let me get this. Oof, God, it's loud. Sorry, guys.
Right to that breaking news off the top here at 6. The Chicago police officer.
Nobody's talking about the poor police officers that got shot at. Let's look at this. Let me go to YouTube. Y'all, these police, like, it's such a thankless job because these people are so ungrateful. Looking for payday. Look at this, y'all. Looking for payday.
At the end of the day, it's who you trust. Not just here, but here. I know David Trone. I've been in the trenches with him, sticking up for fairness and standing up for everyday people. He will protect the right to choose and fight for justice. I trust David to always do what's right.
Thank you.
Today, Mayor Brandon Johnson called the body camera video deeply disturbing.
It weighs heavily on me that this event took place just blocks away from my own community.
He got some nerve.
And it is not lost on me that both Dexter Reed and this officer could have been my students.
The mayor taught at Westinghouse College Prep, the same high school Dexter Reed graduated from.
Our Sabrina Franza continues our coverage now. Sabrina, you spoke to Reed's family today.
We did, and that was just after saying their final goodbyes to Dexter Reed on Friday. They were finally able to watch that video you just saw yesterday showing his death. They're now calling for police reform and for accountability.
I just miss my son.
Girl, bye.
I'm hurt. I'm sick. I feel like I've been shot.
Who you haven't? How about the police officer that was actually
after listening to 96 shots fired in 41 seconds, killing her son.
My insides is burning up. Why they did that to my son?
Dexter Reed was 26 years old. He played basketball at Westinghouse College Prep before later playing for Morton College. His dream was to one day be a broadcaster. His mom said he had just bought the car he was driving in when police pulled him over.
He had just bought his new car 3 days before that, and he was just riding around in his car. He said, "Mom, I'm going for a ride."
Now his family is calling for the city to disband their tactical units working on the city's south and west sides.
Why were tactical officers jumping out of an unmarked police car with their guns drawn for a simple traffic violation of not wearing your seatbelt?
They want the Chicago Police Department to strip the 5 officers involved of their jobs. And they say they feel a criminal indictment against some of the officers is also warranted.
It must stop. It ain't the first person it happened to. And if it don't be justice, if they not held accountable, it won't be the last person.
Dexter Reed's family did not comment on how a Chicago police officer was also shot and wounded that day. They maintain that Reed was unarmed when he got out of the car as police shot him. In the newsroom, Sabrina Franza, CBS 2 News.
Y'all, these people are evil. She has no comments on the fact that another person was shot. A police officer. Can you imagine being a police officer? You guys, you're supposed to protect. You're supposed to serve. You go for a regular traffic stop, and you end up with a bullet in your behind. And then you don't get paid. They get paid. The person who shot you. Their family. Do we live in clown world? Like, do we live in what kind of world are we living in that is allowed to happen? You guys, I remember back in the day, like where police interactions used to happen, and if you got caught out in the game, you was just shot. Hold on, Matthew said a better speech to the student would have been, how's he shocked that kids are shooting at the police? How are we? You would have, when in my day, you guys, I'm 40. So in like the 90s and the 2000s, if you shooting at the police and you got shot, you just got shot. I mean, like, sorry. It's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. Like, that's what like Biggie used to say. I mean, you just got shot. Now it's payday for these families. Why would you not shoot at the police? It's life insurance. That's how it is. Are you crazy? And then the mom should be shamed out of the neighborhood. Oh, my. And then they keep talking about he was a basketball star. First of all, he was 26. He hasn't been a basketball star since high school. Okay? Ever since then, he's been a thug. Okay? A lengthy criminal history. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. First of all, I don't even need to look up his criminal history because in order for you to be shooting at the police, like, you already a thug. Like, you already a thug. They said 96 shots were fired. 96 shots were fired. So the mom, the fact that she's able with her, like, just the audacity. He was a good boy. He just bought his car. And they killed him. Oh, my God. Girl, if you don't sit your pink hair down. Sit it down. We're not interested. Sorry. Not getting a dime of our taxpayer dollars. That's what the people need to be saying. They crazy. Chicago folks should be like, you not getting none of our money, sis. You're not getting any of our money, sis. Your son got caught in the game. That's what Chicago. That's when y'all need to get ghetto. Like, your son got caught in the game. You're not getting any of our money, period. That's what needs to happen. Instead, they making it about race and all of that. You guys, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this mess. We have to. Because that's crazy. Like, thoughts and prayers are with the police officers, you guys. It is not easy to be a police officer. And people say, oh, well, some are dirty cops. But you guys, the few dirty, like, that is the exception, not the rule. Some of these police officers, we had a flat tire the other day, and the police officer didn't have a jack, but he sat out on the highway with us just to wait till the person who had a jack to come and bring it to, like, this is just a thankless job, you guys. They protect, they serve, they're not perfect, but we cannot be attacking our police officers. Because I'm telling you, you do not want to be in a third world country, you guys. My parents, I tell you, are from Trinidad, and I know in Trinidad, like, if you get killed, if there's a murder, and you call 911, they'll be like, I'm sorry, we don't have a car. We don't have a car. We won't have a car until tomorrow. And then they will come and they will investigate the next day. But if that start happening to us, we're going to be talking all kinds of, oh, they ain't giving us no cops. They ain't giving us no cops because they racist and they don't care about black people. Y'all, what do y'all want? What do you want? What do you want? God, what are we going to do for our children? What are we going to do for our families? Like, what kind of place do we want to live in? I don't want to live in a place where cops don't come. I don't want to live in a place where cops don't feel safe. I don't want to live in a place like that. You guys, so we got to do better. We really have to do better. We really got to do better as a community. And I'm really praying that we get it together. I don't know. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys, I am doing another Talk Politics where we are going to talk about a woman's right to choose. We're going to talk about abortion. It's the hot topic. I really want to stop talking about it because I just feel like it is really not an issue. And I feel like the mainstream media is making it more kitchen table issue than it is. A lot of these families that come from very prominent families that have money, they're like talking about this. Oh, well, what if our teenager gets pregnant? Like, your teenagers are not getting pregnant. Your teenagers are not the ones that are getting pregnant, and you're not having abortions. And they're making it like this whole, well, what if my 12-year-old gets pregnant? What if my 13? And those are not the case. Those are not what this is about. We are talking about how many babies aborted a year, you guys? How many babies aborted a year? Let me just make sure before I say. This is where you say big tech is playing a part. I just Googled how many babies, and they said born, and I said no, and I put an A, and I said aborted a year, and there's like there's no suggestions. This is when we talk about big tech and them censoring. They won't offer it as a suggestion at all. Like, I'm Googling, you guys. Because they okay. How many babies aborted a year? Abortion statistics. So far, worldwide this year, there's been 13 million abortions worldwide. This breaks my heart because that's not your 12-year-old getting pregnant, you guys. That is just a lack of care for human life. And it is a sad day when the unborn, the really old and the really young, are not safe in your world. So anyway, I'm going to do that, you guys. I'm going to post it. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at CJ Shines Bright. If you are not following me, like, share, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're not following me on X, follow me on X. If you're not following me on Truth Social, love Truth Social. If you're not on Truth Social, get on Truth Social. Let's like support our boy. Anyway, I just enjoy talking to you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. And until next time, peace.
When it just makes sense, it's your red-pilled brown girl searching for the truth. It's your red-pilled brown girl. When it just makes sense, it's your red-pilled brown girl. Get into the truth.